All right, so hi everyone. This is Cory DeSilva, and
Colleen DeSilva.
I ran into Colleen on the street and asked her for an interview. Here we are.
And I said, sure, why not?
Yeah, let's just jump right in. So, for those of you who don't know, Colleen is the weef. She's my weef. And I'm happy we're married. She's a good woman.
Oh, thanks.
So you are a writer and actress, correct?
Yes.
That's detailed.
There's a question.
So I guess the question is, you're in LA. You're doing the hustle to make it big.
Yes.
And I just want to know, with this lockdown, what are you doing to actively pursue your dreams?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, actually, to the point where I've had to, tell myself to chill out a bit. But it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun. So I've been working on a feature film that I started about a year ago. I think a couple years, the idea, and then I really started working on it probably a year ago. And so I've been working on that, and I've done enough drafts to where I felt like it was good enough for Cory to look at, for you to look at. So you've been looking at that for me. Thanks, honey.
Because I'm the Yoda of screenwriting.
He is the Yoda of screenwriting. He's my go-to. No, it's true though. You know, you've done a lot of screenwriting, so I know that if I get the story down and know as much as I do as much as I can for, structure wise, then I can show you, and that's when I feel confident. I don't know what else to do here. I'll show my husband. So,
there you go.
Because you've been doing it for 5 years now?
Yeah, I'm 31 now, so 6 years.
Oh, 6
I pursued it seriously.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I've been dabbling in a couple other movie ideas, but I'm doing the feature film, the one that I've almost completed, on purpose because I want to make it this year. So deciding how that will come about, but that's going to happen no matter what, even if it's guerrilla style. But, yeah, so I've been doing that. I'm still taking my singing lessons and acting coaching, so I work on singing songs for my singing coach every day, do vocal warm-ups. I've been working on scenes for my acting coaching, and I try to exercise at least a few times a week just because it just feels better because we're so cooped up in the house, so that's been good. I started a live show called Coffee with Colleen. I was just seeing a lot of people, not everyone, but you including, were working on things like putting material online, asking questions for people, to help people. So I kind of went through this spiral where I was like, what do I have to bring? I really want to bring, positivity to people, encourage people. How can I do that? And I just felt like I wasn't giving. I wanted to give, basically, in some way. And so I just thought of, I kept before our conversation, I was I keep thinking about Coffee with Colleen because it's so catchy. And I was but I don't know what that would be. I was I don't even know if that is makes any sense. So anyways, from that, I was I could do, in dream interpretations, I could do encouraging words. I could bring people on and they can talk about the creativity. And then my friend Nicole, she jumped in and was why don't you interview people and more purposefully? And so that's what I'm going to start doing now.
She's helping you produce it, right?
Yeah, she's actually producing it. And that looks like she, we meet weekly and she helps me brainstorm what the week will look like, and she's just there to help and encourage me, which is so amazing because 1, I get to hang out with Nicole every week. 2, I have someone to encourage me, which I feel like we all need that. It's just really helpful. And then 3, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. What I really like about you is you're being proactive because the cliche is, the actor that comes down to Hollywood and nothing happens, and so they wait around, which I feel like is kind of what I did acting-wise. I just really like that you've gotten some doors opened for acting down here, but a lot of doors shut. But I like that you haven't let that stop you pursuing what you want, And it's cool that you are wanting to do a film yourself and that you're doing this Coffee with Colleen. I think it's really good, and it just, hopefully, anyone listening can just be inspired to, just not take no for an answer. I feel like I'm finally at that place in my life where I just don't care what people think about me anymore. I don't care if you slam a door in my face. I will just go find another door. And that's not like an arrogant thing. That's just, I think, how life is. I feel like that's how we're supposed to be. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you agree? I
agree 100%.
That's how I feel.
This is really vulnerable. I don't think I've really told anyone this. So yeah, I love the not taking no for an answer. And even like I have a acting agent right now, and even when I first had an interview with him, I don't know if acting agents like to test you to see if you can handle like rejection or handle like hard things. So, but he said to me, like, do you have a plan B? Like, that was like the first thing he said to me, and I looked at him and I said, I know what I want to do. Like, I understand what you're saying, but no matter what, it will be in filmmaking. And he was just kind of like, oh, okay. He was just like talking. I was like, if you aren't going to get me a job, I will create my own job. And if, because the thing is with acting in LA is like there are so many talented people, like thousands, if not more. Like literally, like I can be talented, cute, pretty, whatever, or look interesting. It's not even if you're cute or pretty. It's just if you're have like just confident, whatever it is.
I mean, Jack Nicholson is so ugly. But he's interesting.
Yeah, he's interesting. So it's not even about that. It's just like, that's something that I won't take no for an answer, and I didn't with my acting agent, and he ended up signing me. So, but the thing is, like, I do like agree with not taking no for an answer. I'm a huge fan. That's why I am making this film, because I'm like, I realize my ultimate goal is to actually produce and make films in the future. So I was like, I actually am co-writing it with Kelsey Lauren Fuller. I want to make sure that's known, because she's been like a huge help and has been writing a lot and helping with ideas, and like she's hilarious. And so we're just like, we just need to make films. Like you and I talk about that, Cory. We're just like, we have to go for it. But yeah, to encourage anyone who's listening right now, like, just don't take no for an answer, and remember that people are going to have different opinions about your work and different opinions about your look or your ability. But if it's your ability, take lessons. If it's your look, stay confident and keep being you, because everyone likes different way everyone looks. Like, that's not even like a real thing, I think.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us have this idea of, I'll go for it, and then when I'm 40 years old, I'll see where I'm at, and then I will decide, whether to keep going or not. And that's kind of, I don't know, I guess the mentality I'm at now is, I feel like I've been called to be a storyteller, whether that's, screenwriting, novel writing, acting, directing, whatever that looks like. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm just like, you know what, I'm not going to do we'll see where I'm at 40. I'm just going to do it till I die, and I'm sure something will happen by then. If not, then I don't know. I feel like most of our marriage, we've been really poor. So it's like, yeah. I don't know, can't get any worse.
I know.
Right? We're in the middle of a pandemic where the world might end tomorrow. So it's like, it can't get any worse. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like this situation has even made me like more stubborn.
I know, right? I actually was literally thinking today when we're going to the grocery, I believe. I was by myself, and I was just like, if someone offered me $1 million to do something like really immoral, like I don't know why I was thinking this, something crazy that I was like, I don't want to do, like anything,
like a sex scene,
yeah,
Jason Momoa or Chris Hemsworth,
even more extreme than that. I don't even remember what it was like really dramatic, but I forget what the specific thing was, sadly. But I was like, I wouldn't take the $1 million. I'm like, I'd rather be happy. I'm like, I know how to live with a little bit of money and be happy. So I'm like, why would I take $1 million? And then I also had the thought, like, money's not my maker. It's not my, like, God, like, I'm not going to follow where the money is. It's not going to, provide everything. Yeah, it will provide a house. And like, what if I were to like lose a house, lose my home or whatever? But that doesn't matter after all. Like, it'll work itself out. Like, God will take care of that. I'd rather write, and be in films and
do
film.
your own
Yeah,
thing.
do what I love. So
that reminds me, just real quick, kind of my Facebook post that lit up. It's nice when you have those.
Oh yeah.
My life is meaning. No, I'm just kidding. Social media is like a double-edged sword in my opinion. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the Facebook post was about like success and definition of success, and I was just saying how I spent. Well, it went off. I spent like 18 years old till probably 30, just focused on being famous, being. Like, I was a musician back then, so I was like, oh, I'm going to be... And I even had prophetic words from myself, other people, like, oh, man, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be the next Beatles. God's going to, like, do this. I'm going to be, like, way bigger than Justin Bieber and all this stuff. And I'm going to use it for God. And, that was my motivation. And when my CD comes out and no one gives a crap about it, all my value is in... this thing I've created, and if no one likes it, then that means I have no value. So obviously it crushed me, which is stupid. Why would anyone think that? But that's what we do.
That's what we do.
But anyway, I can go into that later. But I just wanted to say that, I don't know, my definition of success now is basically, am I happy? Because, I'm looking back at my life, like, I was stressed most of my life. I was stressed. I was always grouchy. I was depressed. I was insecure. I hated myself because I wasn't where I thought I should be. I was always comparing myself to other people. And I just want to encourage anyone listening, like, I feel like we all have to go through our own journey where we learn that. So even if I tell you, it won't really hit. But I just want to say it anyway, in case it does, by some miracle. It's like just nothing matters. Nothing matters. I feel like this pandemic has taught us that. Like, nothing matters except for, are you happy? Does your family love you? Do you have friends? Basically, it's like relationships. Are you happy with yourself? Are you doing what you were put on this earth to do? Are you with family and friends that love you, care for you? And if you can answer those two questions, I think you found the meaning of life. Because nothing else matters. Like, the world could end tomorrow. Like, a nuke could go off. Everyone gets vaporized, and I'd be fine. Because I'm like, you know what? I've had a pretty good life. Like, I spent a lot of my time stressed, thinking about stupid things, but I just read this situation, but I feel like nothing matters. Nothing matters. And of course, as a Christian, God is the ultimate thing. And I feel like that verse where Jesus says, if you try to save your life, you'll lose it. If you lose your life, you'll find it. And I finally get that. I'm like, he was right. Like, because he was just telling us, like, nothing will satisfy you. Nothing will make you feel good. Nothing will make you feel whole. The only thing that will make you feel whole is dying for something that you believe in, is dying for something that you know is worth it. And for me as a Christian, it's Jesus, because he paid the price. He came down. God died. God came down in human form and died so that we could have a chance to live an abundant life. So it's not even, I got to go into heaven. It's like, yeah, that's great. Like, who wants to go to hell? Hell's gonna suck. No, like, that's just how much he loved us. And to me, I'm like, yes, that's what matters. My relationship with God, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my family and my friends. And that's about it. Like, nothing else matters. So anyway, that's my long rant. Do you have anything to say? I'm all sweaty and I'm going to shut up now.
No, you're good. It's awesome. No, I love that. I agree. And I feel like I know this is small, but just to give an example of, like, nothing satisfies. Being in, like, this quarantine, I literally, every type of food, so crazy, but literally every type of food does not satisfy me anymore. Like, we would go, I'm excited to eat this and that, and it got to a point where, like, sometimes I'm excited to eat food, and even, like, having that, like, excitement of, like, going out, realizing that maybe the food was more like, I get to go somewhere, than the actual food. It just, like, kind of woke me up. One day I was like, nothing sounds good. And I even was like, God, nothing's satisfying me. No TV show, no nothing. And just, like, I think that's, like, the core is just the relationship. And the best times, the best days I have are the days where we go on like a lunch walk. And I'm not even being cheesy, like literally, like when we don't actually hang out during lunch or like hang out after we're done working, I just feel so like strivey and like stressed, and I forget about the real things in life. And I think that's what happened to me yesterday. You know, I was feeling that a little bit yesterday. So yeah, just go, you know, I think like God, you, Cory, husband, family, friends. That's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, what's nice is, I mean, you still have moments, like, I still have moments where I need to remind myself, so it's not like I'm this perfect monk that's like,
every day is great.
I'm perfect now. It not. Just means like 90% or 99% of the time I'm pretty good, because I'm like, yeah, I don't care if an asteroid comes and wipes me off the face of the earth. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, what's death gonna do? Like, seriously, what is death gonna do? I don't care. It doesn't scare. I used to be so scared, and I feel like so many of us are afraid to die. And it's like, why are you afraid to die? Like, you and I have had so many people close to us die.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so much worse for the people that don't die than those who die. We're always like, oh, that poor person that died. You know, we've had young people in our life close to us die, which is like the worst.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like I don't care anymore. Like, death, big deal. If I go to be with Jesus, I'll be with Jesus. And I don't know. I just hope, I don't mean to sound too intense, but I just want to share this so that you all can just kind of forget the dumb stuff that we worry about.
Yeah, just
like, forget about the
relax.
Dumb stuff. Forget about the pressure to be somebody, to do something.
To be successful, to be known.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that, to get comfort, like you're saying, like, oh, let's go out. It's more like a pleasure-seeking thing instead of actually needing food.
Yeah.
So we poison ourselves with this garbage food that we don't even need.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I hope this pandemic situation has given you all an opportunity to just kind of reflect and see what matters in your life, because we don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to turn out okay. I think we'll be fine.
I think so too.
But who knows?
But still,
it could all go tomorrow. Who knows? And you know what? I've had a pretty dang good life. So either way, I'm going to be thanking Jesus in heaven, because I've had it pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's good to just be really peaceful in the unknown. I feel like that's something that maybe everyone is having to learn. I know I have, and I know we've talked about it at least a little bit. Like, just being peaceful in the unknown. And, like, you don't know what's going to happen. We still don't even know if, like, the quarantine will lift on May 15th. But other than that, find out how to live a peaceful life. Seek out help, community. I just feel like, if you don't have a husband or a wife or spouse, and even if you don't have like blood family, or you're struggling to be with friends, like, seek out communities like that, that you relate to, like, have fun hobbies with. Just like really get to know the people in this world, because we are all connected right now, but we're all connected in a way anyways. But and like, because we believe we're God's children, so we're literally all connected as a community. But just kind of just get down to the core of life, and don't forget your roots, and know that you are loved. Be peaceful.
And I just want to reiterate, like, what she's talking about is exactly what I feel. So it's not like I don't care anymore, so I'm gonna like sit on my couch, which we're all doing anyway.
Which is, it's fine.
I'm just gonna do nothing. God's gonna float little dollar bills down, and I'll live off the God money, right? I'm not, like, neglecting my responsibilities. I'm still working. I'm still doing all this stuff. But it's just a piece where, like, I was like, wow, God, like, I put so much weight into things that actually have no value. Because let's say my album did go and I became the next Beatles. Who cares? Right? In 100 years, they won't remember. Like, Jesus might come back. Aliens might invade. No one knows what's going to happen, right? It's like, so really none of this matters. All that matters to me is truth. And to me, Jesus is truth, and what he stands for is truth. So I'm like, you know what? That is the actually only eternal thing. And like Jesus said, you can't store your treasure in heaven where moth and rust can't destroy. It's like where thieves can't break in and steal. So I feel like that's what I'm learning now is like, wow, my treasure has been on earth where it dies. My treasure should be, like you're saying, just in peace and realizing, okay, God, like you're the only thing that's going to be around forever. So I might as well, invest in you.
And the tag with that, just to reiterate, like when you say like nothing else matters, like of course we're pursuing our dreams. Like we believe that, God has given us these gifts, we're stewarding them. But I think what you're really talking about is like the freedom of not giving yourself this huge pressure to become something great, but you're already great. Like that's the thing. Like our definition of success, I feel like was originally like fame, money, like wealth, big house, this earthly stuff. But success is actually discovering what truly matters so that you can then pursue things that you love and enjoy your life without the pressure of, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. It's the contentment that just makes life so much better. And the contentment knowing that God loves you, knowing that you have community, and that's what matters. And then the rest of it will take care of itself.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Just real quick, I feel like this is the secret. Let's say you have a dream. Like, I want to be like Brad Pitt. Like, I'm called to be one of, the greatest actors that ever lived. Okay, whether you think he is or not, doesn't matter. He's a good-looking guy. But my thought is, like, you have to release or let go of your expectation of ever getting that dream fulfilled by God. You have to let that go. You have to be okay with this might never happen. Like, my biggest, deepest dream that I live for every second of the day might not happen. And as soon as you're okay with that, it's so freeing because you still go for it. You're still, like, I'm
hopeful.
Personally, I want to be one of the greatest writers that ever lived. I want to win the Nobel Prize. I want, I don't know, don't want to diss on the Oscars, but, I want to win awards. I want to be like, I want to write stories that, stand the test of time, even though I was saying everything goes away, but, so I still have huge dreams, I still have huge hopes, but I'm not staking everything on it happening or not, because all that is totally out of my control. Like, I can't control whether an agent signs me or whether someone thinks I'm good. I can't control anyone else. All I can do is manage the time that God's given me, the talents, the hard work I put in. So I think that's the secret, and I hope anyone who is, has big dreams, I don't know, I hope this encourages you. Even if you're older, I don't think that matters.
Doesn't matter.
If you're put on this earth to do something, God's called you to do it, then just pursue it. And you know what? If it doesn't happen, it's okay. But live like it is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like that tension, I think.
Yeah. It's a balance. And in that balance is peace, I think.
Yeah.
Because then you're not trying to take control, because control is the opposite of peace. Control produces fear, anger, a lot of things, because you're like afraid what's going to happen. But once you release that control and just trust God with whatever, that doesn't, whatever the outcome is, that you're doing things that you love, you're going forward, and then you just have to let it go. And not, we don't know what it's going to look like. I'm sure even the people we look up to did not know it was going to turn out like it did.
That's good. So let's just pray. I just want to pray for you all. Think as a prophetic act, I want you all to like hold your fist out like you're holding something, holding tight onto what you've been trying to control, you've been trying to make happen. It doesn't have to be acting related or anything. It could be anything. A business you want to start, you want to see your kids again, whatever it is.
Marriage.
Your marriage to work out. I just want you to hold that in your hand, and as a prophetic act, I just want you to let go. I just want you to let go, and what you're doing is you're giving that to God. You're saying, you know what, God, I've been holding on to this. I've been wanting this to happen, but in the midst of me wanting this to happen, I've been strangling it. So I need to give it to you, God, because God is the one, I feel like he's the one that actually waters the seeds. Like my dad says, all we have to be is faithful stewards. In that parable, God the master gave each servant talents, and he came back and asked, well, what did you do with what I gave you? And I feel like God gives us seeds, God gives us dreams. Our job is to plant them. Our job is to faithfully steward them. And God is the one that makes it grow or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just want to pray for you all. I just break off any fear of your dreams not happening, fear of dying before your time, fear of not accomplishing everything you set on this earth, because I just feel like God is watering seed that has been in your life for a long time. And I just say no to the enemy trying to snatch seeds. I say no to the thorns. I say no to the hard soil. I just ask God that you would enable all of our seeds to fall on soft, good soil, and that you would come along and water them, God. And that we would just be faithful, God, just walking forward, and that you would open the doors. So we don't even have to go find the doors, God. We would just be doing our life. Like me, I'm just going to keep writing, getting better. Colleen's going to keep acting, making her films, getting better and better. We're all just going to keep working, and then a door is going to open, and it's going to be peaceful. So I feel like, I just ask that we follow our peace. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just want to break off anything that's trying to also steal the peace. Steal your peace, steal your hope. If you're having trouble like getting out of bed because you're feeling like so isolated and hopeless, I just want to encourage you to just call a friend, call a family member. But I just want to say no to the enemy and break off any strongholds that the enemy is trying to place, saying that your life is hopeless and will always be isolated. That is such a lie, and I just like, for some reason, I'm feeling that right now. So I just pray over you peace, and you're not alone. You are in the body of Christ. Like, we're all brothers and sisters, we believe. Like, you're all God's children. Just release love and peace over everyone. Just love and peace and joy. And also I release new imagination, new ideas, like entrepreneurship, just exciting things, new beginnings. Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, so I hope that was entertaining and encouraging for you all. I apologize again. This was supposed to be Donna and myself, but technology.
Yeah.
But I hope this was helpful for you all and encouraging to you. I just want us to be productive and just stay in God's peace, because in the Bible, Jesus calmed the storm. Jesus was asleep in the boat in the middle of a storm, and I feel like we as Christians get access to that through the Holy Spirit. We can be at rest when everyone else is freaking out and going, Cory, why are you resting at a time like this? It's like, well, because like Jesus said, I only see what the Father's doing. It's like, well, because I know what my dad is doing, and he's calming the storm. So, I just want to, you're all good, and thank you for joining me, Colleen.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again. Love doing these.
Yeah, we'll have to keep doing some more because I like talking.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right, well, I hope you all stay safe, have fun, stay brave, and we love you all.
Stay brave.